Hi, welcome to a new video. I'm getting wet through here. The rains really have come down. I'm at one of my old favourite hunting grounds, Preston Caravans and Motorhomes near Kirkham, and just been having a look around the used stock. They haven't got a right lot of used stock around, actually, in all fairness. Let's have a look. Got a Bailey Pursuit here, let's have a look at that. Quite like the look to that. It's just short of 12k. It's a 530 2017, so it's a fixed bed, which I've not seen none on those on used forecourts for a while, actually, in all fairness. It's got a motor mover on it. Yeah. Again, a van that never really did much for Bailey wasn't the Pursuit. I don't think did a lot of favours. Really, didn't sell many. Anyway, let's carry on. What I've come looking for is a couple of new vans. Now, they're starting to arrive on the dealers' forecourts, and back in the days of old, you would have got the next year's models probably coming in about second week in September. But anyway, now Preston's have just become Coachman dealers, and interesting to see, because I may do a review on Arcadia as well, actually, while I'm at it. The guys know me here. They know me roaming around, and see what they have got. They've got a couple of Sprite exclusives around. There was any prices on these as yet. Just says stock vans. They've got quite a lot, quite a few. So you have to have Sprite exclusive still. There's pretty much, they've got most of the models here. There you go. Let's see. I have spotted the van that I wanted to come and have a look at, but there's no legs on down at the bottom. Bit of a shame. I bet it's not even open either. No. It's a Challenger 390, which is the old Sprite Compact. I'm just having a look at that. I might go and see if I can get a key to get in there, actually. Seems funny seeing a Challenger badge on a van that is basically a little narrow tourer, a bit like the old Luna Riva. So console panel, I would have thought. Yeah. I should get in there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. It needs the legs winding down as well, and it's chucking it down with rain. See what there's around here. Right, success. I found a Challenger 290. The one I looked at was a stock van, and let's have a look around it first. Well, it's got things like ATC on, of course. Got front gas locker here. It's up at 25,195, so it's probably not far from what the Sprite Compact was. That Challenger logo on there, of course. They're very smart alloy wheels, and that nose nice decals, and look, it's got a washroom window. Wow, that's good. So this is a Challenger 390. This is the little compact tourer that, as I say, has replaced the Sprite Compact Exclusive. So you've got gas lock, barbecue point, exterior mains socket, exterior locker there, and as I say, it's got ATC on, so it's looking pretty good. And it's up here at 25,195. Let's have a look inside, because I'm getting wet as well. Oh, I'm asking soaked. Right, I'm in. Now this van, I'll just show you, it's quite high up off the ground. You can see there, it's quite high up off the ground. Anyway, and there's no steps, so if you're getting old and short legged like me, it's not easy to nip in and out of these vans. In fact, I just thought I had a bit of a mental note. Actually, I thought modern vans ride a lot higher than the older vans used to do. They used to ride a lot lower than the older vans, especially, you know, vans pre-80s. They rode very low. You could just literally step straight in them. You didn't need a step. Anyway, enough of that nostalgia. Let's get on with this, because this is the new Swift Challenger 390. And as you come in, you notice straight away that when people say, is it a Sprite Compact in all but name, I don't think it's quite easy. It just feels a little bit more upmarket, there's no doubt about it. Now, there's just one thing I'd just like to point out at this moment, what I want to make, is that when I came in, I noticed it is a bit of a ropey day, is that I think, really, a sunroof would have been the answer there. I think they needed to put a sunroof in. I know that's cost, but I think that was really what they could have done with doing, because it does make it feel a bit dark in here. I always did that in the Sprite Compact. I'm just going to adjust the camera a little bit. There we go. Well, anyway, let's start off in the kitchen area. We've got the usual decent sized kitchen. You've got the dual fuel hob, of course, and also you've got that little window, neat microwave in there, storage here for good amount of storage for your plates, etc. And although you haven't got a lot of work surface here, if you go across here, you can always use this bit, of course, as well. Not a lot you can do with that, it's a bit narrower. There's storage under here, put your knives and forks in there. Full oven, of course, storage underneath, and it's a very compact little kitchen. To me, this very much is a Lunar Reaver in a different guise. So, some roof vent above here, Ikea roof vent. That's a lot of lighting and also a lot of ventilation. And let's go and have a look in the washroom here. Now, full marks of Swift actually putting a window in there. I think that's really great. Plus they've got a smaller roof vent as well, Ikea roof vent, but the fact that they've got that window in it makes it so much brighter. And so much also the fact is it'll get rid of the steam when you're in a shower in here, because this is big enough to have a shower. You've got your Thetford cassette loo, of course, it's obviously electric flush, and you've got this nice, quite nicely finished vanity unit. You don't get any storage here, but you do get a shelf at the back end there, and it is a shower curtain, and the lights at the top there, and a massive big mirror there. But I think it works really, really well. And it was something about the Reaver as well. It always seemed a bigger washroom than, you know, for the size of the van. I did really like the Reavers. They just needed updating. Anyway, that's another story, isn't it? Right, let's go down to the front lounge and then we'll look at the wardrobe and the side dresser. Well, the front lounge area here is, I think, really feels very spacious. I would be able to sleep and use this as a. I quite like this design as well. It's quite nice, nice thick upholstery. Certainly feels nicer than what the Compact did. Does feel more upmarket. There's no doubt about it. Again, you've got curtains here, but they're putting the padded units in there. You've got your corner spot lamps. You've got 4 spot lamps as well in here. I mean, remember the old Sprite used to have just them buried up in the locker area, and I never liked that because you couldn't adjust them. Same sort of radio in, plus as well, of course, it's got a solar panel, and it's a really nice comfortable area to be. Now I think that you could be all sat in here and you won't feel crammed at all. Now also you've got an alarm, you've got an exterior vent there for your an outlet for your heating. It's on the Truma, of course. You've got your extendable table, coffee table here that pulls out, your phone charging point, and also you've got your corner units here too. Oh, it's handy. Again, plenty of storage there, and also you've got a MIDI hike up the top here, light switches. I think this is a cracking little van actually. I can just feel it's moved on from the Compact. I think if you've got a Compact, you might actually say, do you know what, I might want to upmark it to the Challenger. I say alarm on here, and solar panel, of course. Basically the Challenger spec. Now let's go over here, because we've got the domestic fridge freezer, and again we've got storage which is normal above, so again more decent storage, and also you've got 12 volt and some more main sockets here too. Look at this top end, you've got the controls for the Truma, etc., and the van, battery and water, that type of thing. But this really does feel a nice little compact van. I'm glad they've kept this van, because I think if they'd have dropped it, I'd have been very upset as well, because I think it was such a good tourer. It was a Sprite Compact, and now it's been reborn again as a Challenger. There's your electric mains, your cushions for your scatter cushions down there, your carpet, table, and your Vision Plus aerial. I do rate the Vision Pluses. I think they are good aerials. Oops. So let's have a summary, what we think. Well, as I say, I'm still winging wet through from being out there. I'm going to go out there again as well. What do I think of this? I think the Challenger 390 is a nice little tourer. It's nice that they've kept this model, because I think it's supposed to be a bit foolhardy not to. It's got quite a nice little niche market for itself, a bit like the Luna Arriva did actually. I mean, I know I go on about the Arriva because it was a great little van, there's no doubt about it. And I know before the upset with Luna, before it all went pear-shaped, they were looking at doing a Venus version of the Arriva, which I think would have probably done very well. But anyway, let's get back to this 2026 Challenger 390. What do I think? I think it's a great van at 25k. Okay, you know, we're getting up market here, but we've got those extra bits and pieces. It looks smart, it doesn't feel cramped inside. This really deserves to do well, and I think you might find that people bought a Compact 3 years ago may decide now, you know, we're going to upgrade, and we want to look at another Sprite Compact, but they see this, obviously they can't get a Sprite Compact anymore, and they're going to say, you know what, this is a definite up market, it's an up step, and I think it really is. It's got all the bits and pieces you need. It's basically a really great couple's van. Or if you're carrying on your own, for instance, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you've got loads of space. You have a little dog if you want to bring the dog, that sort of thing. Plenty of space. The bathroom's good, decent sized wardrobe as well, and also the kitchen is very practical. Although we are short of work surface, there's not a lot you can do about that. I'm sure Swift would have added something else if they could have done, like an extending work surface. The only way you could have done that, and I think manufacturers used to do it one time, was they used to where they sometimes would try and put one on actually where the on the side here, but I don't think it's very successful because of course it gets in the way. I think there's enough work surface for this size of van. Now, as I say, this will be very interesting to see how it goes at the show, and if you're a couple who downsizing and you may be thinking about, oh, should we get a motorhome, a camper van? Well, look, I'd have another think and come and have a look at this, because you've got A, more space than what you would in a camper van, and B, it's not going to be too difficult to tell this, and because of its width, you're going to be pretty much able to store this on most driveways, and it will tuck nicely away out of sight. And yet when you're on site, you've got all the space, and of course you can always put an awning up, which will make even more space. It'll double the amount of space, and it won't take long to put an awning up on this. When you think this was a standard size of caravan for small, you know, for mostly many years ago, it's incredible how things have gone on. But anyway, I'll put all the weights and measures up after this video. I'm going to put it after. I'll just put the beginning of it, what it is. And I'm glad we found the van on display, because at first I thought, oh, that means going to ask for the keys or anything. And I thought, well, it's going to be too much mess about. And then here it is. So I'm going to end this video and say thank you very much for watching. Please keep subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything. Press the old red button. Please share the video. And as I say, if you're near a Swift dealer, they should be getting these in now, and I go and check one out. Go and have a look on the website, and please, you know, mention the channel if you know it helps in your decision when you're purchasing. But yeah, I think it's a great van. And what I do seem to like, I'm sorry going on about this, I've done all the endings, but the windows just seem quite nice and big, and you know, you can see a lot out. It's great. But yeah, criticism if I had one, I'd like to see a sunroof in there. Definitely, that would just be the icing on the cake. Otherwise, I think it's a cracking little van. Right, on that note, I'll see you on the next video. Thank you again for watching. Bye for now.